Let's get on to the industrial relations debate now, and I want to go down to Innes Willox. He's with the Australian Industry Group, joining us from Melbourne. Good to speak to you, Innes. Tell us about the argy-bargy over the industrial relations reforms. Reforms is a value-loaded word. They're not reforms in your view. They'd be regressive changes to the law, right? What is Labor trying to fix here? I don't think they've articulated to us what the problem is they're trying to fix.
Well, Chris, if you go back to the Jobs and Skills Summit back on September the 1st and 2nd, that was the question that I raised there when this first came up, is what is the government trying to solve here? What is the problem here that they're trying to solve? And I don't think we're any clearer on that. They put forward a very wide-ranging piece of legislation that has now gone through a couple of series of proposed amendments with more to come. But the fact is that there's nothing in here that is going to improve productivity, which is going to be the hallmark of sustained wage growth and jobs growth and investment. There's nothing here to give business certainty. In fact, all we're going to get here largely is going to be more disputes and more disruption. There's a lot here. We all focus on multi-party bargaining, but there's a lot else to it as well that needs to be worked through.
Yeah, but the only rhetoric we get from Labor is this is about increasing wages. They're linking it into increasing wages, makes it sound benign. But if you're going to have industry-wide pattern bargaining to push up wages around the country, I mean, I all thought that would have been disastrous for workers and for business in the medium term.
Well, this is why we're implacably opposed to that element of the legislation around multi-party bargaining and other work. From the government around how it would work. It keeps moving around for how the government thinks it would work, and they're still working that through. So this is of great concern to us. It started out as being something for low paid. We don't know what they mean by low paid. We don't know how it would apply across geography, across areas of the country. We don't know how it would apply across industries, how competitors would be impacted. We don't know how supply chains would be impacted. All that we do know is that supply chains would be impacted and competitors would be forced into multi-party agreements, quite often against their will, and in areas that would be bad for their workplaces. Backed onto that is the right for unions to take industry-wide industrial action in support of wage claims, which would just be an absolute nightmare for the economy and for business. So despite everything else that's going on around this legislation, when we hit that roadblock around multi-party bargaining and strike action, that's when employers put up the stop sign and say, no, not going there.
Yeah, understandably so. Thanks for joining us, Innes. Innes Willox there from the Australian Industry Group.